Good morning. I'm super casual. I'm in a pair of pajama short pants and a hoodie. And I thought I would actually do an update on my planner system or my planner setup for October. I just uploaded a picture of my current planner stack on Instagram, which is why all the planners are so neatly arranged. But usually they're not like that. And so, as you can tell, a few things have changed. Sorry, it's a little shaky. I'm actually holding the phone this time. I just didn't feel like putting it up, I guess. So, some things are the same and some things have changed. So, my composition dot grid is still for finances. It still has joint finances in the front. And then, if I flip it backward or upside down or in back, I put personal finances in the back. It hasn't changed. It is a system that works for me. To be honest, I really need just monthlies for finances. If I put in notes, I'll just put it on a sticky note. I don't really need that much note taking space. So I only need monthlies. So I really just draw out the month every time. And it works out great. I think the three planners that have changed would be these three, I think. So these two are from So What Else Is New, and then this is a Foxy Fix that I got from the buy sell trade. It's, I believe, Stardust, Lush. I love the Lush leathers. Lush will, I can confidently say, is my favorite leather from Foxy Fix. It's soft and it's squishy, but it still has texture or some rigidity to it because of all the pockets. So it works well for my needs, at least. Now, these two have changed. I still have all my creative endeavors in this one, in my A5, and then this is a B6, in which in my B6 I put in health, workouts. I have like 6 inserts in here. These are all from Brooks Printables. And I specifically chose to put these two in fabric covers because if I bring a traveler's notebook to the gym, I am very careful with it because the gym is full of dirty, nasty things. And you can get a lot of water damage if you put leathers. But if you bring a fabric traveler's notebook, you don't have to really worry about water damage or if it gets dirty or not. It's fabric. It's much easier to clean than, say, like a leather traveler's notebook. So I feel much better having my exercise tracking and everything in a fabric traveler's notebook. And then my A5 is still for creative endeavors. And I prefer all my creative endeavors in an A5 and in fabric because I do watercolor. And every single time I watercolored in a leather traveler's notebook, I always took out the insert and was very careful about it. But because it's fabric, if I drop a watercolor droplet somewhere, it isn't going to ruin it. I'll just clean it. So I much prefer having fabric traveler's notebooks for those specific purposes. Of course, everyone has their own preferences. And then my wallet has stayed the same, I think. It's still the micro from Speckled Fonts, and I do have a wallet insert in there and some inserts. Nothing. I don't think this has changed. This, however, I believe has changed. So this is, like I said, a Foxy Fix Lush Stardust. I keep on wanting to say like Sundust, but I don't really know. I still have Cocoa Daisy inserts in here. This is my October one, and it's going about nicely. I have a Happy Scrappy insert from a subscription several months back. A Thread and Prints wallet insert that instead of having cards now, it just has the extra stickers from the Cocoa Daisy kit, washi, sticky notes, and the magnet that came with it. I found this calendar insert in my stash. It's one of those calendar inserts that you can get from like CVS. It has the monthlies in it all the way till December of 2020. Then in the back, I still have a grid. But what has changed, I think, is the cover. So this is a Lush Stardust. I was using, I believe, my husband's Mr. Darcy Buttered Rum personal for this setup. But I love the Mr. Darcy leathers because they're beautiful, and when you get them, they're just flawless. But Mr. Darcy is extremely sensitive, and the buttered rum will patina, and it patinas beautifully. My problem with the Mr. Darcy, however, was that it was super stiff, which is a pro and a con. But for me, I don't prefer stiffer leathers anymore. I much prefer leathers like the Lush line from Foxy Fix, or the Rustic Kodiak from Speckled Fawns, the Pemberley line, or the Waypoint line from Chic Sparrow, I think are equally as floppy. I think leather preferences really play an important role in picking a traveler's notebook. You can pick traveler's notebook from any kind of fabric. You can do fabric, leather. There's even cork ones now. I believe a Documented Journey makes cork ones now. So when you're picking a traveler's notebook, you have so many options. And within those options, you can pick what fabric you want or what kind of leather you prefer. So when you're picking one, you should really know what your preferences are. I made the mistake of buying all of these beautiful traveler's notebooks that I don't use because they're not my preference, or because I'm too afraid of messing it up or something. And well, for one thing, that's ridiculous because you spent the money on it. You should use it the way that you intended to. But I think if I was to start all over, I would have picked my covers a lot more with intention, instead of looking at something and being like, oh, that's beautiful. So yeah, if you're planning on buying one, for one thing, I would start cheap. I would go with fabric, or you can even make them from paper nowadays, or cork. Something that isn't a huge financial investment, because if you don't like it, or if you don't like the size, then you're not gonna like it regardless of how much more money you put into it, you know? So I would suggest going to like So What Else Is New, or the Documented Journey, something that is easy or less of a financial burden, easier to clean, and if you don't like it, you can always use it for something else. You don't have to use it as a planner. You can use it for junk journaling, or whatever you really fancy it for. If you end up liking the fabric one in that size and for that purpose, then you can think about investing into leathers, or having multiple covers in one size. That's what I would suggest. That's what I would have done if I knew I was going to go down this rabbit hole. If in my personal opinion, if you liked the fabric one, or the cork one, or whatever one you got, you like that size, you like that purpose, and you want to go into leathers, in Foxy Fix, Chic Sparrow, Speckled Fawns, Apple Pig, Le Cow, they are all beautiful companies, but they're all very different in what leathers they use, how much time they have for making it. Some of them have sales, so I would wait for a sale for whatever company you're looking at. Wait for the sale, because the sale will most likely mean that they're going to be ready to ship items, so you don't have to wait 30 days for a Foxy Fix, for example. So like Foxy Fix and Speckled Fawns have like a 30-day waiting period because they custom make your notebooks. However, Speckled Fawns does have a ready to ship line. Chic Sparrow takes some time, not as long as 30 days from my experience at least, but they also have sales in which they also have ready to ship items as well. So if you're looking at products, you need to consider all of these aspects. For Apple Pig, it's only open a few days, like every month or every other month. So if you want an Apple Pig super bad, you're gonna have to wait, or you're gonna have to check to make sure that your email is on the list. Hand Stitched Leather Tea makes beautiful covers, from what I can tell at least. I never owned one. But she also has a very long wait time before her shop opens. Le Cow has amazing different kinds of covers, different types of techniques, but his is all the way across the ocean from me, at least. I'm in the States. So his shipping time is also adding that shipping from another country. You see what I mean? I wish, it's not that I wish. I don't regret any of my purchases. And if you buy something that you don't like, the resale value is fine. It doesn't really decrease that much in value. But I wish I knew how to consider buying a notebook before I went down this rabbit hole. So that's just my 2 cents. I hope I gave you some information. To be honest, I just wanted to give an update on my notebooks. I wasn't planning on going down this lecture. But if anyone has any questions about any of the companies that I've experienced, like I said, I've never had Hand Stitched Leather Tea. You can also go into like ring bound planners, in which I've had a few, but not all. And if anyone has any questions, you're of course feel free to comment or ask a question to me. And I hope you guys have a nice day.